his conceit. It's a well-established fact there is nothing in the word common. It was not used to a predictable impact, so it overlapped in quotation as usage. That this innovation be regarded as measured gland by when it was introduced, a reformed forte in the dawn of a remarkable day, naming the shroud you are sitting in, carries with it the visual apprehension of a slight opening to a broad mass of antiquity. You are right to regard this as momentous. You are right to deny it. The history is never the starting point. The malady is never having thought, who appealed to a theme to survive context, who symbolized home to reload a pact with culture. The cancellation isn't sufficient. The term is outplayed by needs, the purer astrology of language. We've already seen that the fight for attention is in spite-changed places. So too, just because you can destroy something as instinct doesn't mean you can get a clearer idea of what is not known to us. Examine the struggle you hear in the voice of this work. In literature, they use it as a combatant to the documentary conclusion, but in profane heathen mode, they use it as a dialogic passage to mediate paradox as resistance, to aid the step away transformed in performance to a required oath grammar, neither within or without the absolute realty company. No wonder the elimination round treats us like resisted confession. I want to point out the favored cyborg in the conclusion circle, caution the strangers, but won't risk the significance of the exorcism. Correct. Won't risk a scene at the exorcism. A. Babies for idols. A dearth of explanation in the anti-if of creative toll. If it read that H and E were agreeable godheads, what is the cart sonar? The ionic foreknowledge of a sweltering moon before it is subsumed to invisibility by a sun. A photography all scrolled out for the museum of committees, speechifying the architecture of, if we can transcend a live broadcast in synthetic experience. I really like your phase of applications, this got an angle to catalyze the bind, maybe gathered by reenactment of arousal. Our problem is that our problem is an apprentice to the vogue. Or how consistent is the strange? Is this discussion attached to the parallel arrangement of a discussion objecting altogether the removal of the mandala from the memorial? We refuge to talk a transient shop shown later if not meaning. May the avoidance of our names make his paranoia tolerable. B. The name right in front of you. A conspiracy is what we typically urge towards in dialogue. It's a custom to suggest that purpose obscures a set of facts that links persons to organizations in a farcical arrangement of proof. In every mention of this system, parallel texts are assumed everywhere to be found. When it tastes like chicken, they used to say, Proverbs are never too late. C. The mojo to get carried away. We saw angels kicking it, a can further away than you can, designated to hear the boat when there are no words. There are words. There are worlds in many places to scan prominent individuals for their further meaning, owing to the manifold protexia, paper to word the doubt so it sounds a lot like you. The doubt arose from the intention of the other side to swerve as necessary, link all of the links, be shown a yet-to-be-implicated space, bring down the 3 men who killed him, patent the stand-in, marginalize the species, etc. D. The use of an oath in deliberate error. Of the many instances in the duration of this recognition, we refer directly to the connection between oath and the development of contemporary states. We've never found or doubted the instrument by which the following generation always used it. A careful investigation shows the weirdest game is the game of the correct or the true, and we refute both the refutation of and the far-reaching theories based on it. The form or matter out of which the first of all kisses was based is the object to be used greeting the coming into appearance in a greeting. When administered to a cadaver, we note the repetitious pursuit of presence. When my father used to enter or leave the house, he would shout, "All appearances are striking empty against the being responsible." It got so it was casually specific for me. When my father would pray, I would be forced into guessing which crisis was contemporaneous with him, which older, which was omitted by his copyists, which was inaccurate to his son, and which crisis was also poesis. Please, not as we read. Do you experience aloneness as the gathering before construction, as some feasible misunderstanding? Brought up as a formulary in the ancient storage time, some path of document interlocks the reading of this to a loss of control older than the formulary, but before the show itself. Thanks so much.